Hello, Rachel here. So I am here with a side-by-side comparison that I've been intending to do for some time. And that is the Classic Tarot and the Ancient Italian. Now these are both beautiful decks. Both relatively new to my collection. I'd had my eye on them for quite some time, but I realized I knew very little about them. So what happened was I bought the Classic Tarot, at a shop in Salem last summer, and I brought it home, and I was surprised to find that what I had meant to purchase was the Ancient Italian. So I immediately, that's how I am, I went on Amazon and I found this relatively cheap. I mean, these are both Lo Scarabeo, standard mass market price, around 20 bucks, give or take. And when this arrived, I was surprised, but also delighted to find that it wasn't exactly what I thought it was. I had thought that I was under the impression that it was basically the same deck by the same publisher, Lo Scarabeo, with some, with some nuances, like the borders. Okay, so let's just open these up and maybe that'll explain what I'm trying to convey. All right. So with both of them, you get, this little guidebook, and it's standard Lo Scarabeo. I don't know if there's a lot of information on the actual deck itself. And then it's in all the other languages. And then this one had a little bit of information about the deck. Yeah, it says this deck is the modern reproduction of the deck printed by Carlo Della Rocca, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, in 1835 in Milan. All right. Anyway, so as you can see, I was after this deck because I preferred these minimal borders. Whereas this one has, your typical Lo Scarabeo, chunky left side border here with these, the different languages. But actually, in this case, they're not. They're actually keywords in different languages. So here for the Fool, we have strangeness. So when I opened this deck, like I said, I was expecting this, and I was like, oh, I just made a mistake. I meant to buy the Ancient Italian. But they're not the same deck. So this one, the Classic Tarot, is from 1835. And this one, the Ancient Italian, is 1880. It's a reproduction of this deck based on this art. But as you can see, we have some differences in coloring, and it was obviously, I don't want to say redrawn. I think that they're engravings. And this one is a little softer in detail, and this one has, I don't want to say harsher lines, but it's bolder. So my premise in doing this video was just to show you the differences in the two decks. So you might be able to make a decision on which deck or both you would like to purchase. And then I should show the backs too. So I love these backs. There's some of my favorite. You just have all these like filigrees and whatnot. And then these I wasn't a fan of initially, but I actually grew to like them. This is imagery taken from the star card, which the star card in this deck is beautiful. So I actually did grow to like these backs. So yeah, I'm just going to kind of flip through and show you the deck. The Magician. Sorry, I'm not looking at the camera. It's the whole point, right? So you can see the cards. Yeah, he's quite different here. We have the keyword will. Yeah. So this deck, I also want to mention, is this is basically what many know as the Soprafino deck, published by Il Meneghello. So in 1835, Ferdinand Gutenberg, he commissioned this deck from the engraver Della Rocca. And it was considered like the classiest deck of its time. So it became known as like Tarocchi Sopraffini or something like that, which translates as superfine tarot. And it is beautiful. So, yeah, at that time in, you know, northern Italy, Ferdinando Gutenberg was from Milan. Much of Italy was under French rule because it was the Napoleonic era. So it was part of the, you know, the French Empire, if I'm getting my history right. So, if you were in northern Italy, I don't know how expansive that was, but you had to play your card games with the French Marseille decks, because French culture, politics, you know, were in dominance. So if you wanted to make a deck, if you were a printer, you had to consult with the government regarding which styles could be used and even what paper to print it on. Oh, look at this Temperance card. So these are both beautiful. And I love here the wings are like this like rainbow gradient going on. Anyway, you had to consult with the government regarding like what styles could be used and what paper to print it on. But at some point in the early 19th century, I guess whatever game it was that was so popular in France, the popularity was waning. So the decks weren't such a hot commodity. And this allowed for more freedom. Sorry, I keep pausing because I'm like trying to look at the cards and give you a little history at the same time. But anyway, so because of that, this allowed for more freedom. They could, Italians could re-implement their Italian suits of, like the wands and the cups and whatnot. So you have in 1835, the Soprafino, which was known as like the superfine tarot because it was, I don't know, so beautiful. I hope I'm making sense. I'm so tired. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, so the Hermit here, there's quite a few differences in coloring. And he has a lantern here, whereas this, I'm not sure what that is. Something burning. Something Right. Anyway. Yeah. Energy. So yeah, as I was saying, it's obvious that this is more attractive, right, in terms of borders, but I do kind of like this. It's kind of funky. It's sort of like a mix of a classic historical reproduction deck with an obvious imprint of the time that it was reprinted on, with these keywords. And I kind of find the keywords fun. I don't mind keywords in a deck. So I guess what I'm trying to say is I like having both. I think it would still be cool to have this here without these borders, but, you know, I suppose I could get the Il Meneghello, but I don't feel a need. I love this death card, both renditions of it. So yeah, as you can see, they are, it's a clone, basically. Like, just about everything is the same. Just some nuances of detail. I love this tower. So, yeah, moving on. In 1880, the Vando brothers, they produced this version of the Della Rocca deck. Yeah, yeah. So that's what that's where that comes from. A beautiful star card. But yeah, if you look, like, everything's the same, like down to the leaves of the tree, like the branches for the most part, the placements and everything. Like, there's an extra leaf here. The star placements are quite the same. Yeah. Now we have the minors. Oh, I like this invention for the Ace of Wands. So yeah, I was saying, I've shown this deck, I think, in a couple of videos, or maybe just one. I forget which one. Only 10 mass market decks. I love the minors in the Ancient Italian. And they're beautiful here in the Classic Tarot as well. I love these filigrees going on here. I would say the minors are where you see more differences between these two decks. Alliance, it's interesting. So yeah, I've been trying to get off my butt for a while here to make this video. I have quite a few, actually, queuing up that I want to do. I've been sick. I keep getting sick, and it's just impossible. I keep losing my voice is what's happening. And I thought this would be a good one for tonight because I don't think I'm going to be as long-winded. I hope I'm not being as long-winded. friend. Yeah, so this is different. So you have this tax stamp here. So that's back from the time where, you know, the decks were quite a commodity or something. And this ace here of cups is quite different. Quite a discrepancy in detail. You have this cherub here. Interesting. And these are quite different. Yeah, the cups are just a different shape altogether. Look at these colors. Ugh. These are some of my favorite minors in a historical reproduction deck. And these are, I mean, these are elegant as well. These are beautiful. Yeah, I feel like maybe this deck is slightly more elegant, maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right word. But yeah, 1835 and 1880. Memories. Imagination. So yeah, it took me some time to decide, not that I had to decide, but like, you know, which one do I like more? And I decided on this one for a few different reasons. You know, I had to make a choice for some of the videos that I was making, but they're both beautiful. So that's interesting. I don't know if I noticed that before. But they're like swapped, mirrored. Dual. Analysis. Oh gosh, I really hope that I've been putting these, I haven't been looking at the camera at all. I hope that I haven't been like this. In that case, I'd have to re-record. Different shapes here for the hilts. All right. Yeah, I mean, in different faces too, on some of them, like, yeah. Yeah, I think Lo Scarabeo, actually, they came out with another version of this recently. It's like, okay, it's like one of these guys. This is the Minchiati by Lo Scarabeo, and this is, you know, out of print. This deck always tends to go out of print. I'm pretty sure it's still out of print. But yeah, it was like one of these. I'll just kind of show you really quick. You know, and they're beautiful. They're actually very, very similar to the Ilmenau Gallo presentations. So they came out with a version like this for the Soprafino, this guy here. And I decided not to buy it because I was just trying not to buy every deck that I wanted. And also, the coloring was different. It was more, I don't want to say washed out, but it was paler. And I think this is much better, unless I'm just wrong and I'm getting that confused. But, yeah. I think it went out of print, actually. I think it's sold out. But yeah, you could try to investigate if you're interested. These are both beautiful. There's the tax stamp again. So yeah, I got some of this information, by the way, from Tarot Heritage, I think, the site. And this is different. This looks like a belt or like a bracelet or something with hinges. Interesting. I love these colors. Yeah, the discs, the pentacles are beautiful in this deck, both of them. Advertisement. Yeah. It's quite different here. So yeah, this is the last suit and we'll be done. But I hope that this was helpful. I hope you can see the cards. I don't feel like doing this again. I'm hoping to make some more videos soon. But I've been meaning to do this, and I actually had a couple of signs that people actually wanted me to do this. They showed some interest, so I was like, I'll get on that then. So yeah, so that is the Classic Tarot and the Ancient Italian. So again, this one looks like this, and that one looks like that. Sorry. So yeah, I hope that was helpful. And yeah, which deck do you prefer? Maybe comment below if you feel like telling me. I'm such a dork. All right. Well, thanks for watching. Bye.